Hi, you guys. I'm like, how do I get into this? How do I get into this reading, this moment, this time with you guys? The energy is very I'm seeing a lot of things in my mind. I'm trying to find the best human word to articulate this energy, but it really feels like a lot of filters are being like lifted or changed or shifted. It looks kind of like paper screens that are shifting about. And I wanted to sit with you all and actually dive into the energy that's present today. And of course, this is a timeless reading. This will find you exactly when you're meant to find it. Energy, time, space, all of that. It's relative. And time is this giant bowl of cosmic soup. So we're just governed by Saturn here, which is linear time. So I'm like trying to I'm trying to like give you guys some keywords for you to figure out if you're meant to be here, but I know the right people are here. I'm not even going to worry about like putting it felt like fishing energy. It's like, "Oh, do you want to stay? Do you want to stay here? Here's all these reasons you should stay. If you're here, it's because you vibe with me and you're a part of my community and tribe of people that fuck with my vibe." So, I'm not even going to get into that stuff. So, this Two of Spheres card from the last reading has been haunting me in the most beautiful way. And I want to kind of articulate the energy that's coming up with that. So last night, full moon's actually peaking right as I'm filming this, actually. I'm not surprised. Hold on. I gotta give you guys some background context. So I woke up this morning feeling very sad. Not sad, but like it was this sort of nostalgic energy that's coming up with this full moon in Scorpio. If you want to read about it or watch the video on it, all that's down below. I'm an astrologer, by the way, for those of you who didn't know. That's like my main thing that I do. So I felt strange. Okay, there's so many pieces that I'm gonna have to relay in this reading because it's all pieced together. So, anyways, last night I'm going to bed and I see this light like pouring through my curtains, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the moon. So I went outside. I got out of bed and I just stood outside at like 11 o'clock at night and just was like bathing in the moonlight. And then this morning, the sun was, of course, in the same position because they're opposing each other. So, around like the sun's coming up, and I'm looking at the sun, and I just felt like I was in between these two spheres, the sun and the moon, and just like this, like feeling them pierce between me and creating this like viscous Pisces like moment of eclipsing moment of like, whoa, there's something really profound happening here. 333 on the timer as I say that. And I want to dive into that energy for you guys of like what is happening, because I know I'm not alone in this energy. Another piece I want to bring to this conversation is old you're not able to consume old kinds of media anymore. I'm going to be so honest. Like sitting and watching like your like I don't know how to explain this, but other than the fact that consuming like mainstream content is just literally you can't do it anymore. So, I'm going to be pulling some cards. I have a tarot spread off to the side. I'm going to be using this deck again. And for those of you who are, this is the first time that you're hanging out with me here, this is now like my soul deck. I got this for my birthday from a beautiful anonymous stranger. Thank you. Again, everybody say thank you. And this deck has already reframed my entire perspective of tarot. And so it's going to be more of a slow paced reading. We're going to be diving in. I'm doing a spread that I created for my community in my inner circle. So I have a I have a monthly membership for those of you who have not known that, or this is the first time that you're seeing me. And we meet on the new and full moon. So last night we met, and it was the most beautiful, tender, amazing experience ever. And I'm just still like, whoa, wow, okay. All right. So I don't take reversals in this. This is interesting energy. I love it though. Holy cow. Okay. So what's being illuminated right now in your life right now is this Four of Cups. Okay. Traditional Rider-Waite, Four of Cups is, I'm like, I can't even see it in my mind's eye. Normally I can picture the card, but I'm not even seeing it. It's not meant to be mentioned then. We're going to dive into his interpretation. So this is kind of representing the sun. When I was creating this spread, it's like the conscious thing, the illumination. All right. Four of Cups. Three of Cups stand in front of a night scene bathed in surreal colors. In the background, a fourth cup rises above the landscape. Even if the least resistance comes into the water's path, the river turns into a lake. The reduction of the dynamic results in increased stillness. Between which is too much and what is too little, a balance takes place to bring back the natural order of things, as a result of the combination of the four elements: fire, earth, air, water. The common denominator of this sequence of four is bringing out the natural order. Abundance needs structure to be meaningful use. The filled cup represents the individual soul as a container for the collective unconscious. Permeated by the sum of its impressions and experiences, consciousness takes on the self and the environment in the measure in which this individual soul has developed. If man is connected to his higher self, he is able to perceive beyond the limitations of his senses. Out of an increased readiness for this experience in the most subtle realms, the various aspects of perceivable become integrated into a new holistic picture. One should avoid too much of good things, as one could otherwise lose themselves in every sense, from which confusion and distortion could develop. On the other hand, water loses its vitality and becomes murky when it stands still. In such situation, meditation and reflection and a healthy balance that leads to inspiration. This represents renewal, adaptation, rhythm of life, natural order, reflection, meditation, finding the right measure, creating balance, quiet, and inspiration. This is so beautiful because it really is talking about, because the cups represent the emotional terrain, and I feel like that is what's coming in, specifically with this like full moon. If you're watching this at the time that I'm sharing it, little sip, comment what you are, if you have a beverage down below. This is my cat Bela. She's hanging out with us here. That makes me so emotional. But there's this like balance that is coming in, and it's the terrain of the emotions. And so you're understanding that you're not what I like to call like the swamp feminine, which is kind of that murky water that I was talking about. Like what's being illuminated is the fact of your emotional balance that has come in. This like space of like, you're not over giving, over pouring. You're literally, I heard like at the seat of your soul right now. Oh, whoa, my voice got all like rough there. The common denominator is to bring in the natural order. Yeah, so you might have things that are being like maybe shifted around for you. What Spirit just showed me, again with those shifting sort of screens that I was seeing, it's like things are like moving, so there's room for other things to come in, and other things are coming in to take the place of other things. And it might just feel a little like at an emotional level, like a little bit like the restless sea, like things are moving and it's like I can't control this, but it's happening, and I don't feel that you're like letting it consume you. You're just witnessing the like waves rock up against like the shore right now. In this position, I have to shoop, we We have the Star. This is what's no longer having a grip on you. And this is more of like a shadowed aspect we're talking about, but this feels like we're going to read about her. As a result, for striving for higher spiritual values, which is represented by the image of towers, the mind reaches a new dimension of consciousness. The star symbolizes advancing into deep levels of existence, connections within the cosmic world, order become understandable on a new level of recognition. Superior laws of nature are recognized and made useful. It's so interesting. These two are like really representing each other, like the Four of Cups and the Star, because the Star is talking about like the highest spiritual attainment that one can achieve, but understanding that the human condition. And it's so interesting because this full moon is actually in dual rulership. So the moon is in Scorpio in the second decan, which is ruled by the sun. The sun is in Taurus in the second decan, which is ruled by the moon. So they're ruling each other. Again, read my thing that I wrote about it. I went deep into like what's actually happening. And this is showing up in this reading. And it really feels like you're not getting so swept up in the higher realms, not in a bad way. It feels like you've just, again, like your consciousness and subconsciousness have like made a mutual agreement to like operate together in this moment now. Yeah. Unlimited, yeah, like everything is possible, but it also is contingent upon the condition that it accommodates the rules and demands of the earthly life. Like you're literally seeing all that's happening all at once, everything. And it's kind of overwhelming, right? But you're not letting it consume you. I see you're like the eye of the hurricane right now. You're just like, there's a moment of peace. And it's making me think of this song by Enigma, Gravity of Love. And if you're in the eye of the storm, just think of a lonely dove, the experience of survival. I'm not singing it well right now because I don't want to. Leads to the gravity of love. It's like this weightiness that comes to like, interesting. I think that's going to unfold a little bit further in the reading. Yeah, through the powers of recognition and the ability to think ahead and imagination, we're able to create our lives as we wish. It's like contact with our higher selves allows an opening for our perspective abilities and gives us the hope and confidence to find strength and insight and make certain circumstances better to bring about fundamental change. Interesting. I threw in abundance in there. By gaining the insight that we only limit ourselves when we view limitations as obstacles instead of as possibilities. That's literally everything that is happening. That Four of Cups is like this, like you're understanding the emotional terrain. That's what's being more illuminated. And in this sort of thing that no longer has a grip is like you're no longer gripping to the limitations of the earthly world, but you're also understanding the ins and outs of this earthly terrain that we live on and we participate in. Again, bringing in Saturn, right? Saturn as the ruler of time. That's Chronos. Like we are observing linear time, but you are also a cosmic being that knows the ins and outs of things. Now, we're going to dive into like this more nostalgic inner child energy. And we have the Four of Pentacles coming out, which is very. Four? No, wait. Is that not? Am I not reading? No, oh, this is the Nine of Pentacles. I was reading the X as a V, and it's an X. Okay, I love Roman numerals. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I love my collective that just likes to be with me in the moment. Oh my god, my coffee is so good. This is what I love about being human, guys. I'm a Taurus, if you guys didn't know. I just love the textures of the clothes I'm wearing, the softness of my hair. Like, I'm just so about it. I'm so about it. I love it. Okay, so we've got this Nine of Spheres here, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Ah, this is so beautiful. The central theme of this image is self-realization. Oh my God. Okay, this is in the aspect of like your inner child. Dude, I want our inner children to like hang out because like I've got this picture of me up there for a reason cuz she's always right here supporting me because when I'm talking about the inner child to you guys right now, I'm talking about the version of you before all society's condition was put on you, your parents, grandparents, the lineage, all this stuff pressed upon you. It's like the true essence of you. So when I say inner child, I'm saying like your higher self. Like this is you, the self that was unencumbered by the matrix, basically, is what I'm getting at. And right here, this Nine of Spheres is literally saying the central theme of this full moon, this energy I'm talking about, again, use your discernment. Like, this is timeless, but I feel like this is going to reach people around this time or when the moon might be in Scorpio. So check when it's in Scorpio too. Um, or you have Scorpio placements. Hi, guys. um, I'm going to hold this up for you guys so you can just gaze at it while I'm reading. The central theme of this image is self-realization, which expresses itself in material gain and increasing prosperity. Along with the material aspect, the emotional world is also included, whereby the perfection of self permeates all levels of being, including the mental level. The profoundly deep knowledge of the meaning of existence beyond philosophy finds its expression in the art of life. With the ability to enjoy the good sides of life, to share them with others, man keeps things in check without being attached to them, which turns brings in a steady increase of new fulfillment. A further aspect of self-realization is the creative expression through artistic work, which requires deep empathy and compassion as well as extreme sensitivity. In this case, not only the regard of the materials, but the aesthetic sense for color and format and content. The hidden message of the Nine of Spheres is the gain that increases when shared with others. Above and beyond that, it offers a special opportunity to bring about a happy connection between the mind, body, and soul. Come on, y'all. That's like your inner child's like, what is that thing? Like that part of you is saying that words, guys, words. You're like being asked to show up and be embodied in this inner child, inner self energy through and through in everything you do and bring that light to the world. We have the sun here as well in this spread, by the way. It's really about like you illuminating you sharing your light with the world, you sharing your truth with the world. And I just love this. I love this. When we talk about receptivity, we have the Three of Spheres, which is all about teamwork, right? That's that Three of Pentacles. And so I feel like there might be people that want to receive your work. And this is something that I kind of get really nerdy about when it comes to the way I perceive reality, which is the fact that, you know, when an idea comes in or like the genius wants to work with you, if you don't know what a genius is, like research that and or read like The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. There's this energetic thing of a genius and it like chooses to work with you and work through you. It's like its own sort of thing. And I really feel that like everybody gets, it's kind of like this. There's this thing in the atmosphere that wants to be created. It gets sent out to people who are in the space to actually bring that into physical form. Not each person brings it into physical form. Oh my gosh. You know what just came to mind, you guys? This is gonna get a little graphic, but you guys are all adults. If you're not an adult, I'm going to gently encourage you to find a different reader because I'm speaking to people that have entered adulthood, okay? This is not things, and I'm saying this as somebody who also grew up very in tune as a young person. Sometimes just doing your own practices on your own is all you need to do. Okay, anyways, that's the inner mom coming out in me. So, how impregnation works, right? The seed, like the seed and the you know, the egg, all of that literally there's so many sperm that is thrown out there to go impregnate the egg. Only one gets there. That's the same thing with our creative ideas, the things that come from the consciousness of God. Now I'm like, well, isn't that just immaculate conception that's happening here? Oh man, welcome to the train of my thoughts. But it really is that same energy, and it's because something wants to be created through you. There is this sort of idea that's sinking in, and with this, where you need to dip into receptivity is like actually receiving help in your endeavors and support. So the Three of Spheres is about from the world of duality, newness is born through the union of opposites, the energetic field of polarity. The individual develops an ability to create things, to adjust an environment of personal requirements, and then in turn adjust to given conditions. Through the ability to synthesize the difference of various manifestations in the outer world can be brought into a new common denominator, a guarantee to develop and progress. Symbiosis is the combination of various life forms that have a supporting and livening effect on the whole. Success arrives at this point after painstaking work as well as the evaluation of previous experiences. However, within the constant change of becoming, existing, and passing, there's no condition of real duration. Seen in the bigger picture, this image represents only a transition from one condition to another. That is so cool. Keywords: calling, bundled energy, progress, development, evaluation, experiences, giving content to outer values, adaptation, creativity, increasing resemblance, and symbiosis. This is really cool, and I really like because he still has the like chapel like outline from the Three of Pentacles, right? I really do see this being like in you guys are special. That's really interesting that I brought up Immaculate Conception. I'm not surprised because I was trying to perceive this as like, okay, outer people come in and help. And I think that is a part of the path, a part of you receiving. But I'm gonna bring you in on my day-to-day life, guys, because I feel it's important for people like us to feel like you're not alone in this experience. I know that I can feel alone in it, and I can feel my face getting heated. Like I'm gonna share this with you guys, but I was feeling very weighty this morning. I was feeling very like this like weight on my heart, and I was just like feeling emotional in this way that was like, I don't know if this is mine. It just was like weighty. And I was like, I don't want to like do the things that I need to do in my day to day, like the masculine energy. And I just felt my masculine side of me say like, hey, we've already built all these systems to make it easier for you. Like I've built this for you. I've built this. And it's like really like you catering to you in that like deeply profound way. That's what I'm seeing with this Three of Spheres, because when I personally look at the number three, it is like unity, because it's one plus one. They come together, and when two individuals come together, they create a third, right? And that's what is being asked, like receiving this idea, receiving this inspiration, receiving help from your spirit team, your guides, and I heard external support too. There is external support that is wanting to come through. I might pull some more cards on that, but I'm going to continue moving through. But in the honors of the Scorpio full moon, we're going to talk about like energetic debts, because energetic debts are things that Scorpio is deeply aware of. Scorpio energy has the capacity to transmute anything. It's like the vulture takes death and decay, transmutes it into life. And so we're looking at where that has been a constant pattern that hasn't been needed to be. And we have the Princess of Swords. So this is, what energetic debt am I choosing not to renew? It's like you're canceling your subscription on this. And I feel like, and it's interesting because this sword card is the only like masculine element besides the sun card, because we just have cups and pentacles. So interesting. I had opened to the Queen of Swords, so we're gonna find that. Queen of Swords. Next page is Princess of Swords. Wow, right there. Okay. For me, this feels like a young, naive version of your inner feminine that's like just saying things to say things, to say things to get things done, to say things like to be heard. but not felt. That's what that's what came through. Um, I'm just going to read this quickly. Yeah, I'm interpreting this a little bit differently, but I love that he spoke about like the Venus and Mars actually coming together with this expression, which is really really beautiful, as well as like Libra energy. You're letting go of like placating a people pleaser. You're no longer here to be liked. You're no longer here to be like in this energy of it's funny, I just split to the 10 of pentacles. So, massive confirmation about what I'm saying there. Like, abundance will come from that. You are not meant to be liked. You are not meant to be the, like, I heard like the spokesperson for like some sort of product. Like, because you're authentic. And the thing that you're not renewing is this pattern around like playing small with your voice, or even it's like it's dualistic, right? Swords have double edges to it, like where you cut things away because you're afraid, or you're like, I'm not going to use the sword, and then you let yourself get too intermeshed with somebody when you should have cut them off. Like it's like a two-way street that I'm seeing here. You're choosing to like literally, it's really leaning into this energy that we're talking about the first half of this reading, which is truly this frequency of the fact that you're living in full awareness, like full presence, and you're at a level of peace with it too. And so when this Princess of Swords energy comes up, it's sort of like you're reacquainting your, oh, I heard like she's going through a reevaluation because she has parts that are useful, because she is very, she's got the gift of the gab within you, like this ability to communicate in ways that people feel appreciated, but you're making sure you're talking to people that are in alignment with you. That's the discerning factor. Like, you're no longer like trying to keep people in your environment that aren't there for your highest good. Or the fact that I split to the Ten of Pentacles, okay, this is really like you're releasing yourself from maintaining communication with people who don't want your highest good, your highest abundant timeline. Because there's some jealousy energy, like that's what I was feeling into. Like I was feeling like this, like it felt like something was like trying to wrap like a rope around my heart and like sink it. Like it was like this, like, and I'm watching it and I was like, I'm just going to use this sword to cut that. And that's where it's like you're really mastering this discernment instead of like not cutting things away. Death at the bottom. Can't make this up. But what is the feeling that comes as a result of like this energy is the sun. You're like, oh my God, I've just freed myself from my energetic debts. I've freed myself from this. And it feels very verbally expressed, like verbal contracts, or, and I'm bringing in that Scorpio lens here, my friends. That's where I'm bringing in that like heaviness. Like, I heard your word is your law. So you're like really understanding the weight of your words. You don't need to, this is so interesting. You don't need to like, for some of you, you are like sugarcoating a lot of things still. And I'm going to gently encourage you to like, Neptune and Saturn are in Aries now. Like, we don't need to like save people from their lessons. Okay, and this is actually a conversation that has come up multiple times with clients of mine, as well as people that are in my sphere and in my community, is like sometimes you're going to be the bad guy in some people's stories. And it's like, and I know you're the type of person because I see your energy, I feel your energy. I see you. I genuinely, I'm seeing that, like, I see you from a Avatar. Like, I really do see and feel you guys. And there's, and I'm hearing breakaway. I spread my wings and I learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. I'll make a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun. And it's not like you're forgetting these people. Like that song, oh, and I'm getting chills and a little emotional. It's like you care for a lot of these people, and it's like, I don't want to hurt people that you love. And you don't have to do this with hurt, but it's boundaries. That is the deeper relationship that you are understanding, and that is the power of Scorpio. And like when Scorpio masters boundaries, game changer. That's what this full moon is about. It's like, you know, this core energy of you that's coming up with the inner child energy, inner self, like this higher self energy, this true frequency. And it's like, since that is so freely available right now, like it's almost like you can't differentiate it from who you are right now. So you need to have boundaries. You need to have clarity in connection, right? And, you know, as a result of you having those boundaries, you get to shine brighter. And this makes me think of a moment I'm going to share with you guys, because I love sharing my lived experiences, and that's how a lot of my messages come through. If you're not with that, that's totally fine. Find somebody else who vibes with you. But there's this song, Brighter, I'm pretty sure, by Cascade. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Brighter, by Cascade, Emmett Firm, and A7S. And it's A7S remix is the version I like. My volume is down right now, but the lyrics, I used to sing them to myself, from me to me. You take me higher than my heart's ever gone before, and you shine brighter than anyone has ever before. And it just repeats that. And I used to sing that to myself. Oh, I used to sing that to myself when I was at my like lowest point in my life presently. I'm sure there will be more lows, but this 3-year period I was going through my sati sati, which is a Vedic astrology term for Saturn passing over your moon and around your moon. And I'm writing about that actually for my Substack. If you guys aren't subscribed to my Substack, the best way you guys could support me, if you're not subscribed here already, is my Substack. It's cool because I send you emails every Monday to talk about the astro forecast for the week ahead. So all these things that I'm talking about from the astrology too. But I've been sharing some more vulnerable pieces over there too. 10 of Cups again. The more you share yourself vulnerably and maintain healthy boundaries with the connections that you have, you are going to be rewarded. I can't make this up. Holy hell. And like, I would sing this song to myself, envisioning the life that I have now. And even more. And I know there's more coming, and I know there's more coming for you. Now, this last card that we have here, our North Star, which is very interesting, is the 5 of Cups. And I actually pulled this card yesterday in my TikTok reading, and I love his interpretation of this 5 of Cups. It like had me like flat on my back laying in the grass, like, whoa, this is the most beautiful interpretation. Because the 5 of Cups, we know traditionally it's like meh, like not seeing the cups, and like this, and this is the energy that like is leaning you into joy, which is constant growth and further development are guaranteed in the internal cycle of nature. If its elements are in harmony and balance with each other, things cannot experience constant increase. If the lake is full to the brim, it will run over. Okay, I'm having so much deja vu reading this to you guys because I read it yesterday. It's not the objects of the material world in which hinder man in his advancement, but the emotional attachment to them. The cups empty themselves, yet in the infinity of the universe, nothing is too little and nothing is too much. What is viewed on one hand as a loss is seen in the other as a gain. Trusting in the process that holding everything as a whole in balance puts us in the position of being able to let go and give up on one hand so that something can grow and flourish on the other. Only when we have let go of jammed feelings are the conditions for a free flow of life guaranteed again. Only when we are capable of letting go are we capable of receiving. It's not until feelings of sadness or pain are accepted and experienced rather than repressed that it's easy to let go of them. The transformation happens in the moment when, free of those burdensome emotions, we are ready to greet the new. And that's what I really feel like. It's such an interesting dichotomy that I'm seeing here as I know we're deep into this reading, guys, and I appreciate everybody who feels the call to stay in such a reading. I have my readers I really enjoy sitting with, and it feels like an honor to be one of those for you guys. And like that 5 of Cups is like the deep, deep work of this human experience, because on one hand, you know so deeply that you are open and ready and available for the new, but there are this part of you where it's like the boundaries when it comes to allowing your light to shine. It's not. And it's so interesting because what I'm seeing, and it's the sun had like a ring around it today, and that was like a whole vision in itself, and that looks literally like how this sun looks here. There's sort of this mandala effect around it. Is what's coming through with this is like, as you begin to do, you've been deep in the emotional process, and now it's like a familiar workout for you, emotional workout. And so there's just, I think, a little bit more that's coming up for you to transmute. It increases more space. It doesn't feel as heavy though. And I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, because it's almost like, I wish I could draw this out for you guys, because it's kind of like getting outside of your comfort zone and like growing. It's just the energy of growth, expansion, and contraction. It's like you started out this life as like this pure ball of light, and then you had to throw up, some walls really quickly because that was seen as like, no, that's too much. And so then you were like shut down, and then you kind of expand, and then you contract, and you expand and you contract, you expand and you contract. But you notice step by step there's more growth, there's more space, and you're at a space where like there's a massive energetic birth around you, like, and I mean like not the word birth, but is it girth? Am I not what I'm looking at? Yeah, okay, not birth, girth, man. Now I'm thinking of phallic things, I'm sorry guys. Anyways, that already came in through the reading. We're here for it, we're all adults. Anyways, it's like there is this expansion that is coming through of like, you're now in a space where like there's so much space for you to move through these things without it overwhelming you. You have breathing room to sit with this Princess of Swords pattern that is being brought into alignment of like, I actually get to bring in my voice and clear things out, clear out my emotional entanglement, my verbal entanglement with like agreements. I almost see you like clearing up some contracts with people, like verbal contracts of like your capacity for people. Like, for example, maybe you have like a mother-in-law that like likes to come over all the time, right? And you're like, I can't have that keep happening. I need space. Like I need to communicate. It's like you need to communicate your boundaries is what's happening. And like you're aware of them. That's the thing too. But it's this old version of you that is being shed that goes into the, well, I'll just do it because I love them. You are of more worth to the people that you love when you have clear boundaries, because they know how to operate and they know how to meet you. If they don't like your boundaries, they're not actually for you. So this is going to be so discerning. And again, with this 5 of Cups, move through the emotional process. Like this is so important for you to like let yourself feel the like release of this, feel the like discomfort of like saying the things or sharing the things, right? Right? Only when we're capable of letting go, we're capable of receiving, right? And that's like this 3 of Pentacles. It's very interesting because both sides of this readings are almost like you can't have one without the other. It's all happening together. And I feel like I'm just speaking to your life here. But really, the more you get clear on these other connections, the more space is available for new connections to come in. And I feel like there's a little bit of sadness that comes in with this. Because I'm going to be so fucking real with that 10 of Pentacles, like, coming in. Some boundaries are needed to be put in place so you actually have the capacity to receive the abundance that's meant for you. Like, this is big. This is big for you. And I'm going to pull one last card. That's not one. That is 2. 3. Okay, well, Spirit said, yep. Okay, we have the 6 of Spheres, the Princess of Spheres, and the reversed, which is this Hanged Man. So 6 of Pentacles, which is literally, like, to wrap up this reading, is about like a depth of reciprocity. I feel like there just might be a few more people in your sphere that you're still playing out an old version of you with. And I actually feel it's going to be the greatest gift for them for you to communicate this so that they can be the best version of themselves. Because they might be somebody that has a leaky container and they don't know how to take care of themselves. So without you there, they actually have to put in the work of, oh, like, how do I take care of myself? You don't even realize that, and you haven't even done it yet. So, and then the Princess of Spheres. Oh yeah, these came out in some of the other readings again. And yeah, that's so interesting that these are playing out, but it's like, this is also, so it's multifaceted because I can't help but talk to this collective when I'm using these cards, because this is like, I'm very clearly talking to some spiritually advanced people when I'm using these cards. Is that not only are you you are seeing the external match your internal, but also, like, Spirit is asking you to trust even a little bit deeper with these things. And I feel like me coming through with this reading saying there's some deeper facets of clear communication that needs to come in for you, and like, no longer, I heard, just speaking your truth. It is fucking time for you to speak your truth. It is time for you to speak your truth. Like, so sharing your story, and this is like a deeper need. And again, that sort of idea of the genius moving through you, like, it's not a coincidence that you feel this deep call for you to use your voice right now. Six of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Princess of Pentacles, like, and this deck is completely different. So I'm not even interpreting these in their normal way. It's like, Spirit is like, literally, because look at this princess. She's like kind of translucent and she's leaning on this wall. And it's sort of this energy that, like, no matter if you're in these in-between states of like shifting things, that Spirit is present and holding you up. And I see this reverse card as like this higher version of you coming down to like connect with this part of you. Like, there's a lot going down where it's not, is it the external world meeting you halfway, but it's the spirit world meeting you halfway. And again, this is such a complex thing that's happening within my mind. It's like you're building new expansions within your mental realm, your spiritual realm, that of course it's being met with your physical reality. There's people that have been waiting for you to show up, but you have to kind of wrap up some of this entanglement. And I'm going to ask one last thing, which is like the result, like what's coming. I could cry for you guys. Huh? Oh my goodness. Guys. It's worth it. I kind of don't want to show you the cards. We have the Lovers and Justice. Like, literally your divine justice is being served in the form of like the love that you deserve. Whoa, that hit my heart so hard. I'm just gonna feel this with you guys right now. because it really, really feels like you've been doing so much emotional labor, and it's not like, I don't feel any anger or resentment from you in that regard. Like, you're happily doing this work. And like, I'm hearing like, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. And it just finally feels like your divine justice is being served. Because you've been, actually, this is so sweet. This reminds me of a conversation I was having with my brother, who is like my best friend. If you're on my newsletter, you probably saw that picture in the email this morning that I sent of him and I. And I love him so much. That makes me emotional too. But we were talking about like, we had a really hard childhood, and I'm like, I would rather have that any day than to be going through like these bigger like tower moments later in life. And it's okay if you're going through those. That I'm just expressing my personal experience of like really heavy childhood. And it's like, again, you've had like, and it doesn't matter if it was childhood, it could be like the last like 7 years have just been intense. Uranus and Taurus has been just rocking the boat, and now Uranus is in Gemini, and Gemini rules the lovers. But I really, guys, this is like, and I just love how like in the background of this card, he's just kissing her forehead. It's like, I'm feeling such a sweet, sweet, it's funny, I heard symphony. Like, your guys' energy is just gonna, it's balance. It is the divine justice this world needs, is the love of you and this person. Okay. And death is still hanging out here at the bottom. And for me, that is just really saying that, like, this is a massive, like, release of these patterns that's happening right here, right now. Like, I feel like this is, you're at a culmination point. Friends, thank you. I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you for letting me be all of me, my emotions, my thoughts. I would love to invite you guys into my Discord community if you want. We just announced some really cool events. We've got a art club that's happening. My friend Amari, who is also a fellow astrologer, is going to be going through some like deep mythic lenses about like archetypes and mythology. Some Thursday kind of like lessons, and then we have a herbal academy, a movie club. Like, we have so much going on, and it's like the sweetest thing I've gotten to witness. It's taken its own form, and I'm just like the happy mom just watching my child play in this new form. So if you want to come join, and if you want to work with me deeper, all of my offerings are down below. I have one-on-ones, I have card readings, natal chart readings. That's my favorite thing. I love diving into the ins and outs of your soul blueprint. But and then the last like little layer is my inner chamber, my inner circle that resides in this deeper space. And like, you guys have my heart. Like, the people who've been showing up there, we just did a gathering yesterday. Let me have a moment if you're still here. That was like, my inner child is so seen and held, and it's such an honor to see and hold these people too. And I want to invite you in, if you do feel that call to like be held in a deeper like monthly container with me. Come check it out, okay? All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in another reading. Bye.